Hello kids, and welcome back to Life in the Woods. And as usual, once again, we're recording a little bit later than I intended this to record. Was that correct English? I don't even know. Either way, we were working on the Chisel storage, and I think I'm going to continue working on that a little bit. I didn't make any direct lists on what to work on next, but I do have ideas in my mind for the next little steps, and of course we have directly one stack. Little lag, sure thing. I want to test out what the auto chisel does, how it works, and all of that. It was just a stick and iron ingot. Anything else that we need for this? We do that. We do that. Targets. Huh? Yeah, maybe it would have been useful to look up tutorials first. But you do see the blocks that are there. That is nice. Huh. Well, that is a mystery we will solve another day when I actually take some time to look into it beforehand. Wasn't the sun... Yeah, hey. Basically, I want to start with the wood storage. Basically, all the oak, all the spruce, all the birch, jungle, acacia, and then dark oak variants. I think there's 15 of each. Acacia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, life is a little bit of a mess, but I had good food. I have calmed down from the exhausting day I've had so far. And the reason why I didn't record last night, when I should have, was because I was feeling very creatively inspired, and I continued writing a little bit, which has been really fun, and it is just so nice to be going back, being back with one of my favorite hobbies. Like, I really missed it. I think we'll put the wood variants in here for now. Question is, are we gonna put anything else here at the front? I think we'll start with the wood, maybe put bookshelves here in the back. I wanted a few more carpenter's blocks actually at there. We'll have to do that in a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is this going to be the best way of going on about this? I don't know. But this is a way to do it. Maybe I should have used refined iron for this. I thought I accidentally double-clicked there for a second. Huh? I did double-click, I think. Not you. Also, I apologize if there's any background noises. But yeah, that is how things are when you record in the middle of the day. When people are awake and doing things as they should. I'm not saying anyone should stop their lives so I can record my silly little blog game let's play. I'm just saying there could be background noises, and I'm sorry about that. I'm not sorry for using my creative energy again, finally. Especially because I've been getting nice feedback on what I have been doing. Fancy. This is all fancy oak? This is all fancy oak. Okay, that one just looks different. That should now vertical oak in disarray. Yes, and then we go over to spruce. just so we get the order right at first, we're gonna go in sets of 2s. Oh god, I had way too much lunch, but it was worth it, I think. Especially because I made a new sauce, which turned out pretty nice. So we have fancy oak plank arrangement in parquet. Huh? Is the auto face different? The order appears different. Smooth, short, vertical. Smooth, short, vertical. Vertical uneven, which should then be followed by... Huh? Oh god, I should have made a list for this. I think we'll go with this order. So this is a different... No, this is the same as this one, I think. Yes, it appears to be the same one. Fancy, and then the packet is in front of that. It's basically parquet, fancy, if I'm not mistaken. Parquet, fancy, blinds, and panel. Yes, okay, we're back. My brain stopped for a second, I think, but maybe we'll just place the shovel with this real quick. Double slab crate. Yes. Double slab crate. Crate scaffold. Yes. Large disarray vertical. How many bookshelf variants were there? If you're telling me there's 6, I'm gonna cry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, the one thing that would have worked out perfectly. You'll take it from me. Okay then. I get that. It's okay. I think for the others we'll go in a different sort of order, but I definitely want to add a few more light sources into that whole thing over there. So we'll do that. That. Epic music for intense actions. Oh, we're lighting up the storage. It's getting crazy in here. Hold your seats. Or hold on to your seats. I think that makes a bit more sense. Yeah, I think that's better. Maybe we should also have one at the front and remove these torches, or replace those torches with chiseled torches, especially since we're in a chisel storage. So if we decide against going with chisel torches everywhere else, we could at least have them here. But we have to see about that. Right now I just want to make sure we don't have any creepers spawning here in the end that sneak up on us as we're walking through the storage one day. That is my biggest worry, because I don't want any of these things blown up once they're actually organized. That is like my biggest nightmare. Okay. Hope that settles the question of, could anything still spawn there? Is it bright enough? Are we okay? Okay. That's a lot of spruce planks. We needed 15. We'll just get 15 then. Oh, we actually have enough in here for once. Then we'll just do that. We need to farm acacia wood. We don't have a lot of it. We really don't. Dark oak. We should still have in the cabin mountain big backpack. So we did get a little bit more for the last few cabins. We just have a couple planks that already be happy. We don't have any planks directly. Okay then. Either way, that is done. Would have been so nice if the bookshelves could have fit into the very end of that shelf there. Would have been too perfect. And one further down. I feel like once this is going to be finished, this will actually look wonderful. The reason I'm going with wood at the very front is because I think the chiseled wood is one of the things where... If you heard that, that was my wrist cracking as I moved my hand. Oh god, I'm getting old. Old and rusty. The wood is something that we'll use a lot in various builds. We've used it in cabin mountains, I think even in the beach cabins. We're using it for the everyday life area. Maybe even have some in our own house upstairs, possibly. I'm not sure about that. But, you know, you can use this everywhere where you use wood, and we tend to use wood a lot. And on the other hand, going with this exact pumpkin here, how often are we going to use it? How often are we going to use brown nether bricks? Or this fancy guy right here? Not that often, I think. What was that? Small obsidian block inside of an oak wood crate. How often are we gonna use these, huh? So I think having these basic blocks that we tend to use a lot right here, if you just run a little bit more, is going to be fine then. And here we could have stone bricks and stuff that we could also use a bit more. And then back here we'll have all the weird fancy stuff that I don't really know how to deal with. Could we? No, that does everything. Oh well, we'll be in for a fun time with this. Are you always going to put down another wood then? In that case, you're not getting any wood to put down. Enjoy that. Can we, in theory, does that really work? We were going one by one. Wait, now we have one twice, because big brain. There's a dog in the room. Oh, hello, dog. It doesn't look like it's the correct one. That one looks different than that one. Huh? What's the third version? Short. Is this also short? That's right. That's such a nice storage. Fancy spruce wood plank arrangement should be the right one. Why do we not have the fancy spruce wood plank arrangement? Why is that name so long? Where is that? Why? Why? Do I want to change that then? That doesn't look like it's the right one. That one looks like it's fancy spruce wood plank arrangement. That's that one. Yes, that's that one, but why is that one? I know we had the same, kind of the same problem, but this is vertical oak planks followed by vertical uneven oak planks. We're missing the short ones! Wait. Are you telling me? No, we're starting with short. We should be starting with smooth. Oh god, I've never had this many struggles trying to put some vanilla wood into a storage. I mean, it's no longer very vanilla, but that's beside the point. Oops, yeah, throw it away. We don't need that. Okay, that's the same one as that. We'll just keep going with this order, I guess. But why is it should be smooth? Wait. I'm going one too far. Smooth, short, vertical, vertical, uneven. Okay, maybe my brain had a little moment there. Vertical. And then vertical, uneven. That looks a little bit more correct. Okay, then we have the weird looking one. Parquet. Okay, we're back on track. No, I don't want you to take all of these. Lines followed by panel. I don't know if it takes more durability if we use all of what we have. Followed by the crate. Fancy spruce crate, and then the scaffolding, which we used as the kitchen. Tiles in one cabin, which I always want to replace whenever I see it, but I never think about it. And then lastly, it should be that one. Oops. Hi. Now, if we do that, it should always give us the correct one. Ah! Great, only 4 more times of this. I'm already sweating now. It can only get better from here, right? Okay. Wait, if we sort of do this... Do smooth... Wait. And then we can just shift-click this, actually. To get the correct one right away. Oops. Vertical uneven, parquet. Can we speedrun this, or am I gonna miss one of them? I'm afraid I might miss one. So far we're doing good. We need to remember the first block is the vanilla block. I think that is what confused me the first couple times. On top of the fact that... Yeah, this is a different order for some reason, but... Not that... That not have impact us. English. I wonder if the auto chisel might be better for this, but how the heck does anyone use that? Yes, looking good, looking the way it should. Now just imagine that we'll have a couple stacks of every... Oh? In disarray? Which one is... disarray? When does that one come? Last one? But that should mean... We forgot one. Somewhere. But this all looks correct to me. Birchwood planks in disarray. Vertical birchwoods. Wait, no. I like that you can put them in there even with items. But didn't I get 15? Little lag, I guess? Where... Excuse me? Where did my... This is the most cursed thing ever. I am now terrified to build with these. Thank you very much. So what are you afraid of when playing Minecraft? Yeah, chiseled birch planks. You know, kind of terrifying. And thinking my backpack is a chisel. Also a very bad fear of mine. Welcome to the channel. The noise is so satisfying though. Sometimes like that big crunch. I don't know why, but I really, really like that one. That one. Nope. That one. At least the chisel will be enough for getting through the wood ones. And this is a very good start. Time consuming, yes, but I think the end result will be very beautiful and useful once we actually have wood of every type in storage. What happened there? Panel. Double slab. This. Smooth. Where are these coming from? Blinds. Where do the blinds go? I think here. And then we have the fancy arrangement. Where does the fancy arrangement go? We have 15 blocks. What do you mean? I hate this. Is it this one? Or is it one of these again? Where does it fit? Now you changed the block. The fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm starting to think the chisel blocks don't like being in the drawers. I don't like that. I want them here. I've been talking about this for so long. I've been dreaming about this for so long. Like, whatever random block of these we have, we can go down here, we shove it in here, we don't have to worry about chiseling it back. Like that. It's just like my little lazy dream. I'm sorry. That's just the truth. Gives more to the, hey, we have every single block, or every, like, obtainable block in this mod pack in storage, including all the chisel ones. And whatever we have a place to throw it away. And that, I've never really we've never built with acacia wood. It's kind of crazy. I mean, with the chiseled ones, I might actually like that. Possibly. Looks nice. Otherwise, it's usually very orange, and that sort of keeps me from doing anything with it. Nope. No, that's also not it already. We'll just keep going like this, I guess. This should be... Something is not fully correct here with these. God, looking at these for too long gets super trippy. This should be, in theory, a fancy arrangement. Why is this not a fancy arrangement? Better. Still all looking the way it should? Sure hope so. And then the last ones. Again, get space for everything. Maybe Dark Oak will be the winner of this. No casualties today with this. We just smoothly make our way through everything. Can work on some other stuff afterwards. I would appreciate it. I definitely would. And I will try to look into the auto chisel too, because I don't want to do this for all the what feels like millions of other blocks. I think everyone, myself included, would go insane if we did that. Looking correct. Still looking fine. looking fine, I think, yes. Dark oak really is the winner here. Little possible thumbnail. Oh, beautiful. Very, very happy with that. Ah. Few little scares along the way, but hey, we got there in the end. And I guess we'll just go with the order the Chisel actually gives us then. Have to see if we find like 6 blocks that match oak that we could put in there. Yeah, where's blocks? They're set. Hey, give me back the shovel, thank you very much. Oh, and before I forget it, add some stones in here. It's making some of the new blocks required quite a lot of stone. This is actually pretty nice. I don't think we can enchant anything yet. Actually, maybe. No, level 9. Of course you want level 9. But slowly making our way there. I shouldn't be just walking around without looking creepers first, because I'm pretty sure we just didn't sleep. Danger. A lot of danger involved with that. Did I not replant all the trees, or do they not want to grow? Okay, there's one that doesn't want to grow. There's one that doesn't... Okay, there's 2. I feel like maybe we had some over here too. Maybe that's just because they're all kind of small this time. Okay, they do grow. They just need some words of encouragement, I guess. Level here is kind of weird. Random little pile. I think that's a bit better. Add some torches again. Okay. Oh, I wish we had sand, because episode 700 we realized that while we showcased the beach there's a sand block missing. That, you know, I went over the whole area here. Everything was fine. I didn't think about the fact that they maybe would steal sand. So there's this little bare spot now. Ah, very professional, of course. But hey, we're making our way. Hey, 100 stacks of dirt. Way through everything. We didn't get any white tulips. What a crime. Okay. I wish we could have had the bookshelves there. That would have been literally the cherry on top. Because it would have matched everything else super well. Yeah, paper wall blocks also not working, especially because I want the paper walls near the paper wall blocks. The presents aren't going to work because there's 16 of them. And there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't look very wood-like. Could go with bricks. There's 6 of them. I'll try to come up with a rough plan of how to organize things. Also, by the way, we'll need to use some diamond blocks, emerald blocks, lapis blocks. We have lots of precious, precious things that we will need to start using. I'm technically not a fan of. I like hoarding my little valuables. To be like, look at our richness, and then never use them. Unless I accidentally want to make like 20 shovels, then I will gladly use them. But yeah, some of these will be kind of tricky, not going to lie. And I think this was also one that we couldn't craft. Yeah, these were also non-craftable. So whenever we find structures from now on, we'll really look for all the blocks. I'll take separate notes of, like, again, all the saplings that we still need. Various chisel blocks that we won't be able to obtain. I'll look through some videos where we found ice structures, for example, see if there's any chiseled blocks there, since especially the ice blocks are a little bit tricky. Can't really get any of these, like the packed ice doesn't work, the normal ice, whenever you try to put that in to chisel it, you just get the vanilla ice again. Due to that, you also can't really craft the stairs. I think there's something in the coding that sort of fell apart there. So yeah, but that also means that we will be traveling again soonish, which I do really look forward to. I want to make a bit more progress at home first. Maybe 1 or 2 more builds in the everyday life area. Maybe a little bit of plant work in the cabin mountains already. Possibly. A little bit more storage work. Hopefully a grind stream or 2. Not sure though. But yeah, we are at the end of the episode, so thank you guys for watching. Don't mind me wasting all our food here right now. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night, whatever time it is where you are. Stay hydrated, stay happy, and yeah, goodbye!